Hey guys, Thomas Snake River Base again. I want to talk a little bit more about our base skills progression, which is the order in which we learn skills and teach skills here at the school, but also the order I think you should be doing them even if you're not taking courses here. We start out with our fundamental skills. Those are things you must know in order to base jump. Then we moved on to safety skills. These are the things that you should know to make your base jumping safer. We started out with our first set of safety skills, which are object avoidance skills. And the first part of that is creating more separation through a running exit or a good subterminal track. The second part of our object avoidance skills are canopy skills. It's your ability to turn the canopy in a safe direction after opening. When your canopy opens, the first thing that you should do is point it in a safe direction. And you need to have a strategy in place for doing that. There are a lot of different strategies for doing this. You'll see base jumpers argue endlessly about whether it's better to use risers or toggles, whether you should use one riser or two risers. I am not here to tell you what the strategy is that's going to work best for you. That's your job to figure out. My advice is practice all the different strategies you can and come up with your own strategy. Decide what's going to work for you and continue practicing that so that you have the best response when you face an actual emergency situation. In general, the best way to practice object avoidance skills is to jump from a fairly safe object such as a bridge with good clearance and simulate a 180-degree off heading. There's two good ways to do this. The first, and sort of the original way that we started doing it many years ago, was simply performing a float or exit. You would face in towards the object, step off backwards, open the canopy flying towards the bridge, and then you would try to turn around before your canopy progressed under the bridge. The idea here is that you're simulating a 180 from a solid object, but in a safe environment, so that you know if you can turn around before you go under the bridge, you wouldn't have hit the cliff, and you know if you fly under the bridge, you would have hit it. The best way to evaluate your performance is have a friend with a camera standing on the exit point pointing straight down so you can see if your canopy passes underneath the object. You should practice different strategies and determine what strategy is best for you. The other way that we can practice off-heading and correction is to pack intentional 180-degree off-headings into your pack tray. If you know how to do this, and that's going to be a little beyond the scope of this video, but we do teach it in the object avoidance course, the best thing to do is turn your canopy around so that it's facing 180-degree backwards at opening. Then, when you open, not only will the canopy be driving backwards towards the object, but you'll have to deal with the half or more line twist that usually develops in a real-world off-heading situation. The additional practice of having that half line twist makes a simulated 180 a much better avoidance drill for practice than a floater opening, because in the floater, you don't have to deal with the additional difficulties. Remember, you always want to practice as hard as possible to make the real-world emergency as easy as you can.